Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, people. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's enjoying this Wednesday. Uh, just want to come in, give a little channel message, and I'm actually going to do a reading for somebody here. We're going to do a 16 card spread this morning here. I was asked to do a futures reading for somebody, and normally when I do a futures reading, I normally just do 12. But in this circumstance, I was prompted to do it in 2 year increments is the channel message I was getting. So we're going to do a 16 card spread and we're going to alternate between two tarot decks here. Before we get to that, I just kind of want to send out just a little bit of channel message and reiterate kind of what I've said in the past week here. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's a real need for you definitely to still protect yourself. Work through some stuff. This is a great time to clear karma. I want to specifically say the phrase clear karma. It's really important right now because we got a lot of Mars retrograde on here and there's a lot of stuff going on. The second thing I want to make sure I say to you guys too is make sure you understand that there's people that are both light and in the dark right now. You know, don't see somebody's allure and think that they're of the light when they're not necessarily. There's a lot of things that are in front of you that basically show growth and development that really aren't. So I kind of want to give that message here, and then we're going to kind of go into my reading here in just a second. But the general channel message here that I'm getting for today is realize that the reason that this chaos and drama was put in front of you was to expose what's going on around you. So I really kind of want to throw that message out there. Good morning, Tiffany. It's good to see you here. So we're doing a quick reading for somebody here because I want to give them access to be able to see it, and then I'm going to convey the channel message. And I'm probably going to be on later tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight because I do have to go to Mr. Dentist in the morning, which is not so fun, but whatever. Um, but uh, but I just want to talk real quickly, kind of just to kind of throw out some energy here and tell you guys I did not have a good week so far. So that's kind of why you haven't seen a channel message for me. Yesterday was a big faith changer. So um, I definitely went ahead and had a lesson in practicing what I preach here, and I realized that when I was in struggles yesterday, the most important thing that I could have done is specifically to take a moment, reflect, and realize I needed to talk to somebody. So I went ahead and I just started calling people on my phone on my lunch break. And I said, hey, this is what's going on. This is where I'm at. And something cool really happened. I sat there and I had a 20-minute prayer meeting with somebody from my church. And we really kind of broke down the situation. And it kind of really made me realize that I'm not seeing big pictures sometimes in some of my mannerisms that I'm doing here in my own personal life. So, as much as this is a personal message for everybody, this is also a personal message for me. This is a daily reflection of me looking at things that I can do better as well. So anyway, I was asked to do a channeled message here. We're just going to say, for the sake of argument, that their first letter of their name is S as in Sam. And really kind of what the message that they wanted me to do was to see what I got in their future space. So we're going to do this in a 2, 4, 6, and 8 year increment. We're going to do a 16 card spread. We're going to alternate between two decks here because I feel like there's going to be an alternation between what is spiritual and what is physical changes here. I feel like they're going to alternate here. So on the physical changes, we're going to go with the good old-fashioned modern spellcraft, because it's a good one about manifesting change of what you're going for. And on the spiritual side, we're going to go Oshizen this morning. That's kind of what I'm being drawn to. I lied. It's going to be a 17 card spread. We're also going to draw an oracle for you too. Anyway, this is kind of what we're going to go ahead and do here. So first, let's talk about the channel message that I had for this person. The very specific channel message that I had was I had Mary Magdalene come through. And what she showed me specifically was S in a past life. Working as a nun would be the word choice, a bringer of faith. And what she was showing me was her helping those who couldn't help themselves. And the channel message in that is to go back to the basics on when it comes to that. Go back to the basics when you're taking care of yourself. Go back to the basics when you're taking care of others. I specifically got a visual, and this was a long past life ago. I would say 400-ish years ago, right around there. But basically, S was a part of a, we would say, monastery, sisterhood would probably be the better word choice, of nuns. And what their path was specifically helping out the village that they were next to, as far as food, as far as nourishment, as far as what they do, making sure that the kids had access to food, because it was a time where there wasn't a lot of food going out. So I see what I'm seeing is S, working in a field, planting potatoes. Specifically, potatoes is what it looks like to me. It could also be radishes, but they're itty bitty tiny vegetables that are being planted in a field, and they're being grown through here. But there's also a lot of little kids in the background. So it's showing me specifically like a mountain region, and it's showing me specifically like baskets of vegetables that are being grown up from the ground. Seeing that like come to see it come to fruition and be able to provide sustenance. Now, the reason why you're being shown this specific past life here is because it ended rather abruptly. So I want to caution you, because we're talking about Mars retrograde. There's specifically how you passed in that lifetime that is circulating right now in the Mars retrograde. So what I'm getting is that the village itself was overtaken, and everybody was just knocked out, like wiped out. So it's a rather sad, kind of barbaric message on there, but it's telling you to not think of the worst of a life, rather think about the imprint and the impressions that everybody did. So what I'm specifically seeing is that sisterhood being taken out due to basically a war, and then I'm kind of seeing like still the remnants of what you did in that life still remain. So I'm still seeing the little kids that were taught how to farm, that were taught how to reap and sow the benefits of that. I do see them still benefiting off of that. So even though you're gone, in this sense, your legacy lives on. So that's kind of the channel message that we're getting here: is don't forget that your legacy lives on long after you're gone here. And that's really important just to say it that way here. It extends even beyond when things are thrown, and life hurdles are thrown beyond there. So as far as what we got today, we're going to do a 16 card spread. And then I think for fun, just because I wasn't able to get this reading to you yesterday, and I apologize over that, I'm going to draw an extra oracle card for you today too. So we're going to go ahead and clear this here. And we're going to do this in a 2, 4, 6, 8 principle. So between now and the next 2 years, this is kind of what is being thrown in your direction. Okay. All right. All right. So, message for the first 2 years is going to be that you are going to be switching jobs here pretty soon. I'm just going to directly tell you that. The reason why we say that is you have the Eight of Pentacles reversed here, right next to the Ace of Wands. So, the Eight of Pentacles reversed is talking about doing the same thing meticulously. It's a routine. It's a practice. It's doldrum over and over again repetition. It's referring to the work, the effort that you're putting in here. This house, though, that's been built, it's not of standing. It's not of standing ground here. It's basically being uprooted here. So the universe is going to give you a job change some point in the next 2 years. I do sense it is still about 7 months away is the channel I'm getting on it. That's symbolized also by you finding different work here. That's the Ace of Wands that's in reference here. Now, what's really interesting about this Ace of Wands here is that throughout all the clouds, it's that period of light that comes through. That's the connection with spirit, where it's giving you a message that it's time for you to try a new energy, and it's time for you to kind of push past it here. The card that is next to it is going to be the Page of Cups. So it's important that when you make this decision and the universe gives you this new opportunity, it's important that you go into it in the right space. That's the message here in the Page of Cups. So you have to realize that when you're starting a new position, that this is going to specifically be going in there with a learning mentality, with a bright new perspective, bright new emotions, rather than stuff of the past. It's really, really important. It's really important that you start off in a very neutral base and allow people to learn who you are, learn what your abilities are, learn what makes you a strong team member. It's very important that you don't shine out as the leader here, that you let others gravitate towards you. I also do see a lot of specifically energy coming your way. I feel like there's a lot of possible conflict that is in your space as far as friendships go. I feel like this is specifically a male that is going to be trying to input his will. And I believe that this is going to be a test for you. I feel like this is going to be a spiritual test. So I'm being told the name Anthony. I don't know where Anthony is in relevance to you, but I'm being told a name, and Anthony is what came to me here. So I feel as if right now the overall message and theme is going to be for you is to see a change, be the change, and then move past it. I feel like this is somebody that is a lower vibration that is going to basically come in and cause specific drama where they impose their will, trying to run every aspect of your life to the point where this is a major life point for you, where you have to clear that energy. Yeah, so this is somebody who's actually been around your life before, but you kind of shunned them away, and they kind of had their own space. They're going to be back. This is going to be towards the end of the 2 year point. So this would be roughly summer 2020-ish, maybe April, May. But the importance is understanding that what they bring into the table is this perception of power and strength. When I get that you don't really need this person in your life. It's just kind of like it's just kind of like an added just waste is the best way I can put it for you. So that's the first four that's going to be here. And I am going to send you a picture of this S just to let you know, so you can see what this is here. Then we're going to kind of go in, and then we're going to see, what in the next 2 years following that. So this is going to be up to 2022, July of 22. We're going to kind of see what gets thrown in your space there. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to definitely clear the energy here. And let's see what we're drawn towards here. Okay. 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 So over the next 2 years, there is going to be specifically, this is going to be a time of growing for you. We have a lot of cards here. I'm going to kind of go over what we have. So we specifically have, this is the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Hermit ending here. Now, I feel like the main part of this 2 years is there's going to be a kind of a period where you go into this mode where it's about learning for you. It's about analyzing and doing a perception check as far as how things are going. I do believe you're going to start with the King of Swords energy that's continuing from the same exact King of Swords. This is just in a different way. This is saying give up control. So the card is control, by the way. This is saying give up control about this situation that's put in front of you. I do believe that the cutting of cords is going to be very important for you when it comes to this relationship, and I do believe that this is going to be something that takes a while for it to stew over and for boundaries to be set. And I also do see you making ultimatums with this person where you say, this is over. I don't agree with you. I don't like this perception. Then we end up going to specifically the Knight of Swords here. That's the morality card. Now, I think you're going to have a little bit of a perspective change as far as how you gauge what is a good relationship, what is a bad relationship for you. Back when I was doing the channel message, the overall theme that we had in that past life was you were pushing your energy out rather than allowing others to push into your energy. In other words, it was about the imprint that you made rather than imprints others made on you. And I feel like that's the catch here that you're going to have specifically that comes in here. It's talking about just right and wrong and discovering, what is good, what's bad here. This is a whole entire time frame for you for just going within and really kind of discovering what makes you tick on like the smallest level here. So I wanted to share with you that past life because I think that's a really important message as far as your overall soul path, what it can be if given the right opportunity. So you have this basically all this I don't want to say shit, but all this drama, all this energy that's thrown in front of you here, and the temptation is going to be in front of you to view it as a period of you going back within and not growing. When exactly the opposite is the case. You're actually growing a lot because you're getting rid of what doesn't fit you, and you're also kind of discovering what it is that makes your energy push out rather than push in. I do see you learning some new skills here in this year. I'm getting specifically around this time frame, and I also do see the ability. Yeah, so I'm also seeing the ability for you to develop your gifts a little bit more. I do sense that clairsentience is something that you've had the ability to do, but it's not something that you can easily apply as far as how you can use it in a real life scenario. So I think this is going to kind of be a moment where your inner heartstrings are going to be pushed out, and you're going to kind of discover that through your gifts, it can be both a blessing and a curse. So you can see, for example, the curse aspect of it is, if somebody's really upset around you and their energy is kind of going like pulsing at you, it's going to affect you if you don't protect yourself and work on your boundaries. On the positive end, though, it's going to allow you to see situations that you're not able to see. And it's going to also allow you to develop friendships and be there in a way that you haven't been able to previously. It's going to really kind of push out. It's going to push out specifically your like how your energy relates to others. Um, I do believe that the challenge for you is to avoid this hermit-like mentality, and that's the last card here. And there's good and bad aspects to the hermit, so I'm going to explain what I mean. Some of them aren't bad. For example, the hermit, when we're looking at it, it has the ability for you to connect with spirit and to the beacon that this holds here is that that light is your direct connection messages to above. It allows you to connect at the most simplest level, and you're also connected to earth as well. So you're connected on two sides here, much like the temperance card where you're dipping a toe in water, but you're also you have that period of light going to your crown chakra. The same thing that's going to apply here. um, so I want to talk specifically about good and bad aspects of the hermit here. So the good aspect of it is you have that really basic ability to kind of go past and connect. I feel like connecting is something that's going to be continue to be a little bit difficult um, when you're not in that mentality. So the hermit is basically allowing you to have that space where you get there. The bad aspect of the hermit is that you are you're coming in and you're receiving those messages, but you're not pushing out your energy. You're just kind of standing there knowing your truth. And there's nothing wrong with knowing your truth. But part of your path line in this life here is specifically sharing your truth, sharing your love and light in a way where I say the ripple throw a pebble in a pond and see kind of the ripple that it makes. Well, you're not throwing pebbles. You're throwing stones into what your passion is, and this is it giving you that back. So that is the next 4 years here, or next 2 years here, and then we're going to go back here to this. And I feel like the oracle card that we're going to do at the end is going to be specifically a message that is, yeah, this is going to specifically be a message over right now what the most important thing for you to do. All right. So where do we go from there? Mm-hmm. Okay. So definitely years 4 through 6 are going to be awesome for you. Definitely going to be an awesome time frame for you. Now, you're going to start out with the 8 of Cups reversed here. And this is the message that I'm getting here is the 8 of Cups is putting emotions behind you, walking past that. Normally it shows a beach and there's a whole bunch of cups. You are pushing past those emotions, you're leaving it behind. This is saying you don't even need to do that. You are just literally pushing yourself away and not even attaching yourself to the emotion, which is awesome. It's showing also spiritual practice that's here. It's right next to the 7 of Cups, and this is talking about specifically picking your battles, not putting all your eggs into one particular emotion, allowing yourself to be condition specific. I'm not saying that you're not going to be happy or not going to be sad here. What I'm saying is that your most important character asset that you're going to have is you're going to have the ability to be on not untiltable. You're going to be pretty level headed. You're going to be able to put things in perspective and not have them kind of not kind of hold their value where they're. Let me see where I'm getting the message on here. Yeah, so you want to hold your level as far as your emotions here. It's talking about you not having a breakdown. So there've been mental breakdowns in the past where you've been in a real dark rut for a couple weeks, like long periods of time. This is saying that you are past that. It's almost like a emotional um, emotional line in the sand where you've broken past and you realize you don't have to do that crap anymore. Now, I think you do have the ability right there here to kind of share your message on a bigger scale. So I specifically see you taking classes and realizing that you're actually the teacher, not the student. That's going to sound really silly, but um, it's stating that you have the abilities. It almost feels like you're going in here with this moon energy, which is that the green on the side. But then you slowly realize that the whip that's coming down to try to teach you this subject is actually not needed, and that you are actually the teacher here. I feel like there's a evolution from teacher to student that is here. And the last card that you have is the star, and it's in a reversal. But I think the reversal is more of a caution. Um, I feel like as you go from student to teacher, and you really push yourself developmentally and spiritually, I feel like a lot of this is spiritual practice. Um, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be questioning. Um, there going to be a lot of people that are put in your space on the hater front, people who are sabotaging your space, people who are trying to take out your light. Um, so I don't believe this is a set in stone card, but I believe this is kind of a caution card to really kind of realize that you need to have your message, share it like the hermit previously, and not worry about the filter. You know how you communicate. You understand that when you communicate or when you share what you're passionate about, it's only of love and light, and that you're coming to the teaching aspect um, because you're spiritually drawn to it. Um, yeah. Yeah, we're going to end it on that point here for that. And I think we're only going to do 3 for the last one, and then we'll just make it the Oracle card. Because I don't think you need 4 on this last one. So this is going to be from 2000. Let's see, we did 18, 20. So this is going to be 18 to 20, 20 to 22, 22 to 24. So this is going to be from 2024 all the way moving forward here. This is only going to be 3 cards here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do this a little bit different. We're going to do a theme that you still need to learn, how you learn it, and also we're going to do a future outcome card for you. Let's see what we got on this one here. Okay. All right, we're going to grab a drink of coffee real quick, pardon me. All right. So the theme that you still need to work on is specifically creating love on the friendship front. So this is a friendship card, but this is specifically about merging energies together. Um, so when I initially was talking to you, and my channel message was about pushing your energy out than in, this is a blending card here. So these 2 cards are completely different colors, but they blend together to create that orange. So your energy must come together with those around you to blend to where you are taking in their great energy, and it's making you a stronger vibration. Um, so this channel message specifically is about creating people in your space that are for the greatest good and cutting cords for those who are not. So when we had that initially, we had that King of Swords there. That was a masculine kind of a macho energy that kind of just permeated and kind of put themselves out there. But it's not really for the greatest good. It's just kind of like, I'm in your space, and it's you sit there and you're like, hey, what's going on? I think you really have to decide, what is your overall. If you were to describe your life in a sentence, what is it? what is your growth point here? I think you have to analyze and take an inventory as far as what you've done so far and what you hope to become. That's the Ten of Swords energy. I feel like you have to nix that old S energy and embrace, how you evolve spiritually. That specifically is where I'm going for. The outcome card, though, is I do feel like you are going to make a big, big soul path change here. I feel like you're at the culmination of it, and that's the Ace of Pentacles energy here. The overall kind of general theme for you is there's a lot of little reflection points where there's forks in the road where you can either go one way or the other, where you're being shown two paths here, and it's either proactive or reactionary. And previously, up until this point in your life, you've been very reactionary towards it, not really taking the proactive steps to protect yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally. That there's these points of vulnerability that are still there. I want to encourage you to push yourself past that, and definitely take a moment where you have to, yeah, just, I'm going to go back to what it's, take inventory and not be, um, don't beat yourself up for it. Realize that you're still in kind of this spring mentality as far as spiritual growth. There's so much nature energy. There's so much as far as what you can hope to achieve if you just put your spiritual practices behind it and take that ability to do that. Alrighty. Good morning. All right. So last but not least, I want to draw an oracle card for you. Linda, I am doing a paid reading that somebody gave me today, is what I'm doing. I probably will be on tonight, but I don't know for how long, Linda, because I have a dentist appointment at 7 in the morning on Thursday. So I probably won't be on too terribly long. All right. So let's kind of also, we're going to draw an oracle card, and this is just kind of definitely the theme for you right now to kind of get you kick-started is what I'm getting. All right. And it's a beautiful one to end on here. And it's the whale, which is honor your soul purpose. So I do believe you're meant to be a teacher rather than a student. And I believe that energy that you need to push out there is only going to be received when you have that student mentality and you have that epiphany that you don't need to learn, you need to teach. You have so many of these life paths that have given you these stories, messages, have given you these little bits and pieces of information that you have that you can't explain, but you just know things about topics that you're just like, I don't understand why. That's because it's a past life connection that you've had to this. You have to weigh out your soul purpose and really be game for embracing that energy and putting it out there. So that's kind of the message that we have here for you. We have one more reading for somebody named G. We're going to do that probably tonight, I would say. But if you guys missed my channel message earlier, the basic is really kind of realize that you have resources out there and don't be afraid to ask for them. It's kind of the channel message that I was getting, and I'm kind of relating my own personal experience on there. Don't be afraid to kind of clear karma that's in your area, because I feel like there's a lot right now that's in everybody's space. So I probably will be on here tonight. You need my Facebook link to join for the Raise Your Vibe one. You want my personal group one? Because I have multiple Facebook groups. All right, so hold on here. So Linda, I'm either going to go off of that one or let's see here. Who's the other one we're going to go off of? Come on. Or this one. I post on this one. And then if you want my personal group, all 3 groups you should join. All 3. All right. So we went ahead and got this all done here. What time will I be on? Well, I'm in Mountain Standard Time, so I would say 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. So I would say I'm going to be on 6:30 to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so 7:30, 8 p.m. your time. Be time frame we're looking at. We're going to do G's reading tonight, and then we're going to come back and we'll do some readings. I will also let you know, if you're looking at this video, I'm going to offer a flash sale tomorrow. So I'm going to basically, based off of how many people sign up for a reading for me, there's going to be discounts on it. So let's just say 5 people sign up for a reading. Each of them is going to be 10% off. If there's 10 people that sign up for a reading, it's going to be 15% off. If it's 20% or 20 people that sign up for a reading from me, it will be 20% off a piece. So you do definitely have a chance to get some savings on that front. So if you have, you've been looking to get a reading from me, this is why I post these online, so you can kind of see my process as far as what I do, how I channel messages. And I'm also available for questions too, which is the thing that I do that most readers don't do. They just give you a reading and it's just like, hey, goodbye. That's not really what I'm about. I keep my message and I stand by my message and I share my message. So I'm going to leave it at that. So based off of how many people would purchase a reading from me tomorrow, that would determine the savings. So the other thing too is in the month of August, it's going to be a buy one, get one half off. So if you and a friend wish to do readings with me, you basically purchase some at the same time and the second one's half off. So you get 25% off each reading is what it ends up coming out to. So those are going to be the 2 specials I'm going to be offering. I do also offer teaching and mentoring that is at a $20 an hour rate. I should say $20. It was $30 an hour. I'm sorry. $20 is if I am reading in public. But anyway, depending on also how many people are in there, but that's another story. But as far as what we got going on today, everything is done as far as this reading. Linda, if you're still in the room, all 3 links there, the first 2 are the groups I stream with. The 3rd group is a personal one. So I'll go ahead and get this going here. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today because I do have to get going here to work here pretty shortly. But I definitely, want to encourage you guys, send your love and light out there. Clear karma, great time to do that. Get out of your life, what doesn't fit you. If you think you need to clear it, you probably do. And the easiest way to clear it is set your intention. So that's the big Mars retrograde that is important, the lesson in it. For those who don't know what Mars retrograde is, it's what we're going through right now. Encourage you to Google it. It's really kind of interesting astrologically. But I just want to say I love you guys. You guys are always awesome to me. And, I'm really kind of hoping to share my message more and more, and have myself be open for streams, what have you. So if you do, wish a reading from me, please contact me, and then I'll let you know my rates availability. If you're seeing this message, or you're seeing this video for the first time, and you like what I'm doing, press the subscribe button. It ends up supporting me. It shows that people respect my path, and want to share my journey. And I'm happy to share how I fit into that, and teach what I can. Um, and also be willing to be a student too, because there's things I don't know the most about. And I really hope, especially with my personal group, to have it be a space where people can come share their gifts if they have something that's really special to their heart. um, and the other thing I do want to also say is I do plan on also having some readers and some mediums that are going to be in our space, offering messages on who they connect to. So um, that is also in the works too. So you're going to get a lot of really interesting content from me here over the next couple months, because um, you're going to be able to see just a lot of different things. But I'm going to go ahead and end it for here. But I want to wish you guys the best, and be safe. Take care of yourself. Be true to yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you feel yourself, kind of going down the rabbit hole. That's the whole point of this retrograde, is kind of an inner perspective, and being able to clear out what you don't need, clear out those emotions. So I encourage you to do that. Much love and light. Be safe, guys. Talk to you all later. Peace. I'll probably be on 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight, Mountain Standard Time. Be safe now.